Can you clarify your view on long-term U.S. Treasuries? I don't like long-term U.S. Treasuries. You recently warned against buying them, which is completely opposite of Snyder. Right, but one thing you got to look at is your long-term view and why are you buying them? So Snyder, if you'd say, "Hey Jeff, do you want to buy a 10-year Treasury and keep it for 10 years?" He'd say, "Hell no, absolutely not." Steve Van Meter, "Hey Steve, you want to buy a 30-year Treasury yielding 4% or whatever and keep it for the next 4 years or 30 years?" He'd give you the exact same answer. He'd say not just no, but hell no. Now you say, "Hey, Steve, you want to buy a 30-year bond and keep it for a year and speculate on the price going up because the interest rate goes down and try to make a decent capital gain that will exceed the rate of inflation?" Sure. So you can't just hear Jeff Snyder say, "Oh, I think buying the 10-year, the long end of the curve, is a good investment." You've got to understand why he's saying that, because a lot of people just take that statement and filter it through their own view or their own interpretation of what he is saying, and instead of taking the time to, hey, maybe some of this is on Jeff. Maybe he should communicate that a little bit better. And again, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Maybe he thinks holding a 10-year Treasury for the next 10 years would be fantastic. Who knows? But again, my point here is you've got to focus on time frame, and you've got to understand the rationale for buying the bond in the first place. They're looking at bonds as just kind of capital gains, where most people would look at bonds for yield. They're not looking to flip the bond and make a capital gain. They're looking to hold on to the bond and just use it for cash flow.